Hi there, this is Architect David. Welcome to Arkida, where you can learn anything and everything about construction. For this video, we will be talking about integration management. This is the umbrella for which various managements fall below it. Integration management means taking an overview across all project teams and analyzing where you can make efficiencies. Making the most of the resources at your disposal could help save time on tasks and improve productivity, ensuring the team members always have something to do. Before implementing project integration management processes, you must first gain a clear understanding of current systems, processes, and methodologies utilized by every team in the project. As the project moves forward, there are 8 primary integration management steps and milestones with corresponding deliverables. First is the project charter, next is the scope statement, third is the project management plan, fourth is the direct and manage the project work, fifth is manage the project knowledge, sixth is monitor and control the project work, 7 is to perform integrated change control, and the last is close project or phase. For project charter, a project charter is an elevator pitch or your pitch of your project objectives, project scope, and project responsibilities in order to get approval from key project stakeholders or your users. In the charter, you should have provide a short, succinct explanation of the main elements of your project before you get started. Scope statement. Scope statements fulfill one of the most important project aspects, which is outlining everything included in the project. It provides a framework for all tasks, which teams execute those tasks, and what deliverables are needed. While these scope statements occasionally shift throughout the life of a project, it's vital to keep them as accurate as possible from the beginning to avoid scope creep. What is scope creep? Scope creep is what happens when changes are made to the project scope without any control procedures like change requests. Project Management Plan. The project management plan brings all aspects of the planning phase together into a single document. It includes elements such as project goals, budget, risks, scope, work breakdown structure, stakeholder management plan, and change management plan. This fixed plan should not change without a formal change request. Next is direct and manage project work. Teams complete most of the work associated with a given project in this step of integration management. This involves managing resources, executing on the work, creating changes where necessary. You review the performance against project goals throughout the project's life to make necessary changes and keep things on track. To avoid scope creep, communicate and stay transparent with every team and department involved. Use the scope statement as a guidepost to achieve the original intent of the project. Manage project knowledge. What your teams learn as they work on projects can be an invaluable tool for the future. Capturing this information is an important part of the project integration process. Make the most of the information available to smooth out the execution. Record anything new you've learned in a lessons learned register so the organization can benefit from learnings to make efficiencies on future projects. Discern the difference between tacit and explicit knowledge and record as much of both as you can. This way, workers don't need the benefit of psychic powers to grab it from a colleague if they have any questions. So what is tacit knowledge? Tacit knowledge is the knowledge workers retain without context, that is, without knowing how they know. While explicit knowledge is the knowledge workers have that can be asked for and formally recorded. The next is monitor and control project work. This entails the consistent tracking and reporting on progress of the work to stakeholders. It ensures they have a clear, ongoing idea of where the project is heading, whether it's on schedule and or preferably under budget. These aspects of the process is unique in that it doesn't really follow during the order we've specified. Instead, it's something that can be performed throughout the process to ensure each stage is on track. Measure performance against the project management plan as a whole, so you get the best overview of where work may stray off scope or off schedule. Another is perform integrated change control. Change control spans the life of the project. The project plan, goals, and scope statement are integral assets in this iterative process. Never jeopardize the primary project goals with revisions made during this process and take corrective actions when any change strays too far from the plan. Request and document any changes through an official process and avoid ad hoc changes to minimize scope creep. The project manager appoints members of a control board who help evaluate change requests and outline the next steps. The last is close project or the phase of closing. This is where successful projects wrap up. This step involves reviewing various aspects of the project and documenting findings to a reference archive. Some project teams find it useful for each member to rate the project execution and management in an official post-mortem review meeting. The project integration management has a set of control access points that are undertaken by the project manager and are as follows. You have the initiation process group, you have the planning process group, and another is the execution process group. Then you also have the monitoring and controlling process group. Then finally, the closing process group. Initiation process group. The official authorization of the project is handed over during the initiating process group stage. It's a process where the project manager receives the necessary information on how to begin the project. The outputs of the initiation process group include creating a project charter, identifying stakeholders and their high-level needs, as well as gaining knowledge of the approaches that are necessary for managing those acquired stakeholders. Now, the inputs to initiating a project group: first of all, you need the business need, then objectives of the project, followed by product scope and project scope, then budget information, after which schedule information. After that is information on the completion of the project, followed by associated risk information, then project acceptance criteria, also the name of the signatory authority and project manager, then the authoritative power of the project manager, and last is the pre-assigned team members. Planning process group. Second on the list is the planning process group. Planning is a stage where the project manager creates a blueprint for the project, which defines the project objectives, milestones, schedules, and initial budget required for the project. It's considered to be a highly recommended process as it measures all the knowledge areas of the project and helps in creating a roadmap that in turn will assist in completing the project successfully. All these processes are to be activated into a cohesive whole to prepare a final project management plan. The planning process group has a list of processes listed under it, and they are as follows. You have scope management, then schedule management, cost management, quality management, resource management, communications management, risk management, procurement management, and stakeholder management. Execution process group. The process of initiating and planning is proven worthy only with proper execution. Execution is a stage where a project manager needs to assure that the project deliverables and objectives meet the stakeholders' expectations. Here is a list of some other processes to follow during the executing process stage. These processes belong to several knowledge areas ranging from project integration management to project human resource management to project stakeholder management. Monitoring and controlling process group. This process addresses the skills needed to review progress and document benchmarks in the project. After the successful implementation of the first three stages, the project is officially underway. Maintaining a bird's eye view of the project performance is vital to preserving positive forward momentum. This process is mainly known for presenting a detailed set of skills and knowledge directly applicable to implementing the decisions needed to sustain the most active part of the project. And the last is the closing process group. Closing the process group is the last stage in the process of the project management plan. It has equal importance as all the other processes mentioned above. The closing process group includes all the final processes required to complete a project and deliver final projects and reports to the stakeholders. The critical feature of this stage is to make sure that all contractual obligations have been completely taken care of from the project manager's point of view. This is the phase where the project manager looks back and carefully observes the undertakings of the project from the beginning to the end. He or she has to make sure that nothing is left unturned and most importantly, everything relating to the project, right from small adjustments to more significant changes, must be documented and accounted for to leave a lasting and positive impression. I hope you've learned something new regarding integration management. Watch out for part 3 of project management. See you then. Click the subscribe button to discover all the other videos in this site. Click the notification bell to be notified about new videos that we post. Press the like button to share this video to your friends. If you have additional comments, please post them down below or at our Arkida Facebook page, and I will answer all your queries. Thank you.